In the silence between your thoughts, there is a whisper. That whisper is not just noisite, is guidance. Sometimes, the messages we need most do not come through loud declarations, but through subtle nudges. When you feel drawn to something, when your attention is captured by a message like this one, it is not by coincidence. It is life responding to the questions you have asked silently, perhaps without words. In the monastery, we are trained to observe not just what is visible, but what is invisible. The energy behind a moment, the intention behind a breath. When life leads you to a message, especially one that touches the heart deeply, it is because your inner world has aligned with a higher vibration. The seed you planted with your thoughts is now sprouting into awareness. You may think you stumbled upon this video by accident, but pause for a moment. Feel what is arising in your body, your chest, your breath. There is something within you that already knows this message was meant for you. That inner recognition is not superstition, it is spiritual intelligence. Your consciousness knows before your logic can comprehend. You are not lost. You are not waiting. You are arriving. Life has heard your call, and now you are being called to listen. Listen not just with your ears, but with your presence. This is the first step in the manifestation, the realization that your desires have already begun to shape the path in front of you. To manifest is not to wish. To manifest is to align the energy you carry inside your thoughts, your focus, your emotional state. These are the invisible architects of your reality. Many people focus on the outcome, the material result, but they forget that manifestation begins with the internal posture of being. At the Shaolin Temple, we train the body to still the mind, but more importantly, we train the mind to shape the energy. When your inner world is chaotic, your outer life mirrors it. But when you calm the internal storm, the clouds outside begin to clear. Your manifestation is not far, it is as close as your next conscious breath. Think of manifestation not as magic, but as mechanics of the spirit. Your beliefs, repeated and felt deeply, become patterns of energy. These patterns attract experiences that match their frequency. So, if you feel drawn to this message, it is because you have begun the process, whether you know it or not of stepping into alignment. Ask yourself now, what am I repeatedly thinking and feeling? If the answer reflects doubt or fear, that is your current manifestation. But if the answer reflects clarity, purpose, and peace, then what you have asked for is already moving toward you. Real manifestation is not about pushing it, it's about receiving what you have prepared for. A storm gathers energy in silence before it roars. In the same way, your life may feel quiet, still, even uncertain right now. But that stillness is not empty. It is sacred. It is preparation. Before a significant change, the soul retreats inward. It gathers wisdom. It anchors itself. This is where you are now. The urge to act quickly, to force things to happen, is natural. But manifestation is not acceleration. It is timing. There is a rhythm to life, like the rhythm of breath or the beat of a drum in meditation. You cannot rush the flowering of a tree. It unfolds with divine patience. So too will your desires. In moments of stillness, you may question everything. You may feel doubt, but this doubt is not failure. It is refinement. It sharpens your desire. It burns away what is not meant to follow you into your next chapter. And if you allow it, this doubt becomes your greatest teacher, not your enemy. So now I ask you to be still, not with tension, but with awareness. Allow this quiet space in your life to be a sacred cocoon. Inside it, transformation is happening. You may not see it with your eyes yet, but your soul is already becoming what it needs to be to receive what is coming. No tree holds onto its leaves in winter. It lets go, knowing spring will return. Similarly, for your manifestation to arrive, something old must be released. This may be a belief, a relationship, or a part of your identity. The letting go is not a punishment, it is a permission for the new to enter. Letting go is one of the hardest lessons in the path of mastery. At the temple, we are taught to detach, not out of coldness, but out of clarity. Clinging creates suffering. Freedom lies in flow. If you are still holding onto the past and outcome, a wound, or an old self, then your hands are not open to receive the present. What you are manifesting is not compatible with who you were. It requires you to become more. It invites you to rise in consciousness. And sometimes that rising feels like breaking, but this breaking is sacred. It is the cracking of a seed so something higher can grow from it. So today, ask yourself gently, what must I release to make space for what I have asked for? Let your answer come, not from fear, but from trust. Trust that what is meant for you will never miss you, and what is no longer aligned will lovingly fall away like leaves in the autumn wind. In a world that constantly pulls your attention outward, it is easy to forget the wisdom that lives within, but manifestation does not begin in the outside world. It begins in the silent voice within you. That voice does not shout. It does not argue. It simply speaks truth, and only those who are quiet enough can hear it. At the temple, we learn to distinguish between noise and knowledge. Thoughts may come and go, like wind through the bamboo, but intuition, your true compass, comes from stillness. When you feel a deep knowing that something is on its way, even if there's no evidence yet, that is the voice of your inner guidance. Many ignore that voice because it doesn't make sense to the mind. But understand this, manifestation is not logical, it is energetic. What your intuition tells you today, the world will confirm tomorrow. Trust it. Listen closely. Your body knows before your eyes can see. The path you seek is already beneath your feet. So I ask you now, are you listening to that voice? Not the voice of fear or urgency, but the deeper one. The one that has whispered to you since you were a child. The one that knows your highest self, your true purpose. That voice is your guide. Follow it, and manifestation becomes not a struggle, but a return home. Manifestation requires something that cannot be seen or touched, but must be felt fully. Faith. Not blind faith, but conscious trust. Faith is not the absence of doubt, it is the choice to believe, even when doubt is present. It is the strength to say, I may not see it yet, but I know it is coming. In our martial arts training, there are moments when the body feels exhausted, when progress seems invisible. But we continue. Why? Because we trust the process. In the same way, your manifestation may not look like progress right now, but faith builds the invisible bridge between where you are and where you are meant to be. To hold faith is to walk with the unknown, not as an enemy, but as a companion. It is to welcome uncertainty as the fertile soil where miracles take root. You may not understand how your desires will arrive, but that is not your task. Your task is to hold the frequency of belief until the unseen becomes seen. Remember, the universe does not respond to desperation, it responds to certainty. Even if everything around you says otherwise, remain rooted in the energy of faith. That is when the shift happens. That is when the doors begin to open. Your belief is not weakness, it is power in its purest form. You may be waiting for a sign, a breakthrough, a confirmation. But the most powerful place to manifest from is not the future, it is the now. The present moment is not a stepping stone, it is the destination. When you fully enter the now, you unlock the power to shape what comes next. In the temple, every movement is done with full awareness. Whether sweeping the floor or standing still, we bring the mind fully into the action. That presence is not for tradition, it is for transformation. Manifestation does not happen later. It happens now, in this breath, in this heartbeat. Often, we chase what's next and ignore what's here. But what if the clarity you're seeking is not far away? What if it's already in your room, in your breath, in this very word? The mind says later, but the soul whispers, now. Enter fully into this moment and you will feel that what you asked for is already around you. So I invite you now, slow your breath, feel your body, sense the air on your skin. This is the moment of creation, not tomorrow, not when things change, If you can be fully present, you become fully powerful. And manifestation, then, is not a future event. It becomes a present realization. The secret to manifestation is identity. You cannot attract what you are not ready to receive. You must become the version of yourself who already holds the thing you are asking for, not in arrogance, but in resonance. You must embody the energy of your desire before it arrives. At the temple, we do not train to become strong. We train as if we already are. This is not fantasy. It is alignment. When you act from the frequency of already having, you collapse the illusion of distance between you and your goal. You stop chasing and start attracting. Ask yourself, how does the version of me who already has this feel? How do they speak, move, make decisions? Begin to live as that person, not someday, but today. Not in pretense, but in truth. Your energy becomes a magnet when it reflects the outcome you desire. Do not wait for evidence. Become the evidence. Do not wait for permission. Become the permission. When your being matches your belief, manifestation becomes inevitable. You are not becoming something you are not. You are remembering who you've always been without fear, without doubt, without delay. It may seem strange, but when things get difficult, it's often a sign that your manifestation is near. Why? Because your old patterns are being tested. Your comfort zone is being stretched. Growth is happening. And like a muscle, that growth comes with resistance. Many people turn back when they face discomfort. But in our training, pain is not a punishment. It is a purifier. It shows you what must be released for your higher vision to take form. Challenges do not mean failure. They mean that your energy is being refined for what you have called in. When you are closest to the summit, the climb feels hardest. But keep walking, keep trusting. The breakthrough does not come when things are easy. It comes when you rise anyway. In that moment, you prove that your desire is stronger than your doubt. So the next time you feel tested, do not ask, why is this happening to me? Instead ask, what is this preparing me for? This is the mindset of a true practitioner. This is the way of the peaceful warrior. And when you adopt this way, nothing can stop the unfolding of your destiny. This video, these words, they found you because you were ready, not just to hear them, but to feel them. This is not random. This is resonance. When the student is ready, the message appears. And this message is a mirror. It reflects back to you, your own power, your own readiness, your own awakening. You didn't need this video to gain something new. You needed it to remember what was already inside you. The strength, the clarity, the vision. It has always been there, just buried beneath layers of doubt and distraction. But now it is rising. Your manifestation is not a fantasy. It is a frequency, and you are now aligned with it. So walk forward with intention. Do not return to the version of you who was uncertain. You have crossed a threshold. Life has shown you the path. Now it is your turn to walk it, one breath at a time, one step with awareness, one choice rooted in truth. Remember, The universe speaks in synchronicities, in energy, in signs. And this was one of them. Not a coincidence, but a calling. You are not alone. You are not behind. You are right on time. And your manifestation, it is not only near, it has already begun.